Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I am so happy you could be with us for one more season of the Elite Leagues. I'm Mr. Bepic, and that is Cyro Stims right next to me, just like we left you. Cyro, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good here today. I'm just excited to get back into the action.
Yeah.
And speaking of the action, we're leading off with Redbird Esports and Genesis Esports. Now, Redbird Esports, they were the team to win it all during the Winter
hmm
Elite League. So I'm expecting them to come out of the gates with the pedal to the metal. Now, Bepic there, what are your thoughts about tonight's series anyways?
Well, I think it's the beginning of a long season, first of all. So if you lose tonight, it's not a big deal. But for a team like Redbird that did win it all last season, that has those expectations, you definitely want to start off strong. And, well, we'll see if they do end up doing that. But this first best of 7 of the season, it can be the tail of your season if you let it. But if you lose tonight, then I wouldn't put too much stake in it.
Yes, building that early momentum is always key. And speaking of early momentum, we have Avo putting that early one in 15 seconds into the game.
Yeah, oh, that's definitely a great start for the reigning champs. Redbird set that up quickly and knocking down the shots. That's what it's going to take tonight on both sides, especially if we see a lot more of that, which was just a barrage of Redbird offense. 2 quick shots, 1 quick goal.
Yes, now for the viewers, Redbird is on blue side and Genesis is on orange, and it is a best of 7 series tonight. So if you drop the first game like first series, it's not going to be the end of the world, but building momentum early is exactly what you want, as we have another follow-up goal by C Petty on the side of Redbirds.
Flash had a huge challenge one, or sorry, C Petty a huge challenge one, and Avo on the goal line taking out that last man. So the challenge just kind of went into the back of the net. Nicely set up by Redbird. They have shown a couple of great looks on the offensive side of things. Now a third here. Flash a chance to put it home. Nearly does. If he hit that, Cyro, I might have lost it.
Yeah, he couldn't quite dunk that one home, but that's okay. It's not a dunk competition right now. And so finally Genesis gets out of their own end, but it's very quickly turned around here by Redbirds as Avo is putting that one high into the corner. And a double commit there at a Genesis, but they got a solid clear, I would say, off of that ball.
Definitely. That's what you need. If you're going to double commit, you better make sure you hit that ball hard, at least one of you. Doesn't quite lead to that substantial clear. Finally, it will be found. Plus a center ball. Nicely done by Genesis to quickly set up some offense and make Redbird waste some boost, but C Petty quick to gain all that territory right back and then some. As Avo now has some space, plugs the ball into the corner, looks to set up a shot opportunity. One of his teammates pre-jumping C Petty up for it, but didn't have the read. Man, Redbird a little confident right now.
Yeah, Redbird, they're definitely feeling themselves already. Wings spread out, tires burning rubber. Now it's Genesis with an opportunity here, but Flash wins that challenge deep in the defensive end. Tries to get over to C Petty. C Petty doesn't quite have the flip to reach it, but is still able to chase it into the corner for a centering play. Up for Avo. Avo doesn't quite find it off the backboard, but Flash with a dangerous shot there.
Big save though from Musi, and we've seen a dry spell out of Redbird Esports. And as I say that, C Petty, I thought he was going to slam one on net there. Fortunately, he spares my talking point. But the defense from Genesis has shored up just a little bit, and they're finding more transitions out. They are still a bit kind of few and far between, but that's better than the 0 they were getting early on. And of course, as I say that, Redbird just sets up more and more offense and puts in their third.
Yeah, that was just a poor backboard touch there. And C Petty was just waiting for it. Had the perfect read, hits it dead center of the net, and caught the defenders a little bit flat tired there. But they gotta get those backboard clears a little bit better on the side of Genesis, as they do find themselves down 3-0 right now in this game 1 of the best of 7 series.
Great pressure there on that previous goal from Avo on the back wall. It was a poor clear, but that defender was being hounded. And speaking of which, Avo, some great pressure on the back line there, just putting a shot in the direction of net, plus the pass. It's a recipe for success, and we're only in the first half of this game.
Yeah, first half of this game, and Redbirds is giving Genesis a rude awakening, because Genesis Esports, they are a new team to the league, and when you gotta go against the defending champions your first game, it's going to be a little bit rough. Now, hopefully, Genesis can shore up, but with Avo getting demos, Well, they do answer back with a demo of their own, which breaks up the Redbird play, but still, Flash trying to follow through, look dangerous. Now it's up to Mussy, but Sapetti's there. Once more, Sapetti's having some fairly good reads on the ball tonight.
Oh, Flash over to, oh, Avo, come on! Took that play away from Flash. I wanted to see what Flash was going to do with that ball. Now Petty passed down to the other team. Unfortunately for Genesis, he couldn't do much with it. Avo again snatching the ball away and forcing an own goal out of Genesis. How about that?
Yeah, Flash with a good touch, but Ava's the one with the boost and is able to guide it home. Now that was almost a great defensive touch because it hit the crossbar another inch too, and it could have bounced out. But either way, that's the 5th goal here for the side of the Redbirds Esports, and they could be running away with the game and maybe the series if this momentum keeps up for them.
Right, especially with Avo playing as well as they are. I mean, short for avocado, I assume, with their logo being an avocado and their banner having an avocado on it. They are turning the Genesis defense into guacamole right now, Cyro. Doing it with passes, with demos, and just clean shots of their own.
Yeah, but the thing with avocados is that they turn brown and mushy pretty quickly, so it could be a matter of endurance here for Avo. He's able to stay on top of it the entire time, or he may fall off and give opportunities over to Genesis. But either way, Redbirds as a whole are looking fantastic. Sapetti's in the corner, doesn't quite find the touch. Now Flash is open for a pass, he's up for it, but the defender is there. And so with a minute left on the clock, it's still a 5-0 game, and I think Genesis might not have the time required to even tie this one up, but a late minute goal would be a fantastic boost in the motivation.
Definitely. You're down 5. You're at this point playing for game 2, and potential momentum picked up there. It's kind of just a burden sitting on you. Like, can we even score against this Redbird defense? And then you put in that 1 in garbage time. It may not be a perfect goal with the defense playing phenomenally, but it's a goal regardless. Flash knows that as he slams home a 6th.
That was just great team play there. Avo, perfect pass to Flash, hits it midfield, mid-net, and that was a very quick play. You could say that play was over in a flash.
Oh, man. We are on it right now. It's only the first series of the season, Cyro, and you know I've already gotten in 2 player puns. That's what I'm talking about. Here's Speedy. Well, there was an opening there for me to say something about Speedy, but he unfortunately lost control, and the player was over a bit too speedy for me to make that call, Cyro. So we stay at 6-0. 10 seconds left. Oh, finally, Genesis can score.
Yeah, now it's going to be up to Redbirds if they can get the Brazilian here, but still, that's just a wonderfully placed ball there, and Avo couldn't get across the net in time, so pinches it into the net in that bottom left corner. That's okay. They still have a comfortable lead, and they are going for the Brazilian here. Flash, oh, that was a great opportunity there, doesn't quite get it, and is this a second goal for Genesis? It is. Ooh.
I would have liked to have seen this a little earlier in the game, but hey, Genesis getting on the board is a nice sight to see. That was a great shot right there. I think the play previous to that, Redbird kind of got a little cocky and we're messing around a bit in defense, but right there was just a good beat by Genesis.
Yeah, a good beat by Genesis, and I agree with you there. It was also off of a mistake by the Redbirds because they were crashing the net there to get that final goal.
That's true.
So, I mean, it's good on Genesis for capitalizing on the mistake, but ultimately it's on Redbird for making the mistake in the first place. But regardless, this is what I'm expecting out of Redbirds. They came out strong, they came out quick, and they had a phenomenal game 1 performance. Now, I do feel that they were a little bit trollish because Avo went for one too many double commits and, as you said, stole the play away from Flash. So there's probably some teamwork that could be ironed out there.
Perhaps, and that is not a good sign for Genesis, who were only able to put up 2 goals in the final 30 seconds. That'll certainly have to change. They have to figure out a way to stop Redbird's offense immediately. A lot of passing plays were committed, 6 assists on 6 goals. That's a nice little tally for Redbird, and if they can do that again, Genesis perhaps cut out those plays before they develop. I'm not sure, but they do have to figure out a way to iron out the wrinkles in their defense.
Yes, they do need to solidify that, make it a little bit more smooth and get those transition plays going
Mhm.
because we did see opportunities coming out of them. They did get 4 shots. They did have 2 goals in that dying minute there. So they are getting these opportunities. They're not quite capitalizing. And I think if they can do better on the transition plays, play it a little bit quicker, a little bit cleaner, find the open man, I think they could take a game off of Redbird. But it will definitely be an uphill fight for Genesis.
That's for sure. I mean, any series against the reigning champ is going to be an uphill fight, and Redbird know that. They know they've got a target on their backs, and even though they are the better team, they're still defending this team's putting out their best performance. Beautiful finish from Miliki there.
Yeah, that was just a great follow through. Now we do see that was a double commit, but it doesn't matter. They were quick off the ball. 5 seconds in with an opening goal. That's what 3 times quicker than it took Redbirds to score their opening goal in the first game. So Genesis, they're fighting back. I think they've felt out the Redbirds in that first game and are now looking to be competitive. So there's still a long way to go, as this is a best of 7. But if they tie it up here, it's looking good for them. But there it is. Redbirds answer back.
Yeah, they answered back quickly. Stretched that defense apart. An ill-advised dive from Milik, and then you see a misread on the back wall. I mean, that's going to be punished if you're Redbird. A player out of the play, and then the next man up misses the ball. Redbird are going to be all over that. And every shot that they have put towards net has been a powerful and accurate one. And that's definitely going to score when there's only one man left.
Yep. All about the ball positionings and that shooting range. Right now, the Redbirds have their shooting range down pat. Now this is Mussy with a good clear, but there is 2 defenders back. A bit of a double commit there in the corner, but Ava with a good clear over to Flash. Flash is up for it. He gets it, but no, hits the crossbar and couldn't find the double touch either. Bit of a heartbreaker, but a great team play out of the Redbirds.
Their transitions have been deadly every single time they move back into the orange side of the pitch. But speaking of transitions, there's one into offense for Genesis. 50 center, not going to find Speedy as he was on the retreat already. Sipetti towards the net. 3 defenders jump. Avo in for the rebound. Nothing there, though. He misses. That's a good sight for Genesis, for sure.
Yeah, Genesis, I think they had a little bit of miscommunication there with the team bump in midfield, which kind of threw away that opportunity for them, but they've retained possession. They're still looking good. They're in the offensive end for a change, because first game, they were rooted in their defensive end right now. So Avo trying to clear this one out. Doesn't have much boost to work with. So he ties the challenge with Speedy, keeping it in over to Maliki in the corner. It's back over to Mussy, and they're just going to reset their rotation here by the looks of it. Collect the boost before looking to attack again as Sipetti flies up to bury that one in. Just buys his team some time there, but Flash, good opportunity there.
Speedy, center, Leaky to the back wall, and Flash there to defend, out to the side where he's got a teammate. That's pretty little impatient with that ball, touching it a bit too soon. He had space to work, but doesn't matter though, because Redbird, clinical when it comes to 3-man passing plays like that, taking a lead in emphatic fashion.
Yep, just that teamwork was fantastic there. From Sipetti to Avo, back to Sipetti, then to Flash. It was a passing play from start to finish. That teamwork definitely starting to shine through now, and it definitely solidifies Redbirds as another contender for this season, and does put them at least a little bit above Genesis in terms of ability. With a touch like that? Come on, Flash, don't do them that dirty.
That was insanely filthy. Up the field, that would be offsides if this were actual soccer, not car soccer, but the goal will stand. Refs apparently closed their eyes on that one. Redbird granted a 3rd goal, and well, I said the 2nd goal was in emphatic fashion. That was certainly even more emphasis put on that score.
Yeah, like going upside down like that, you're just flashing your opponent since you flashed in your skill. And, well, Flash has been flashing all night long. Oh, yes. Bald head problems, very flashy, very shiny.
Oh, here's a problem for Genesis. They were all in the corner there and were almost punished by Avo sitting in the orange box. Sipetti center ball, my word, Redbird. They started out slow here. I started to get worried for them that Genesis might actually take a game, but Redbird, they kind of stormed back, scoring 3 straight goals, and they've not allowed too much pressure going the other way since.
Yeah, I do feel that the Redbirds are almost playing the clock right now instead of racking up the score because they're just keeping that ball in the defensive end, keeping it high, keeping it away from the Genesis players, and they're also doing very early challenges as well. So while we see the Genesis getting touches, we just see Sapetti right there, shot on net. As you said, they are accurate, they are strong, they are deadly. Fortunately, that one hit the post, but once again, Sapetti right more on net. Avo with a saving touch, I would say there almost. He probably could have hit that one down.
I think it was a little high, so he was just keeping possession, if not trying for a little down ski off the Fennec. But either way, I think Redbird right now have all the firepower they need to close out this game. 75 seconds left. Genesis could flip that, but they need better follow-ups than what they've had so far on their clears. Avo right there losing the ball. There's no orange card there to take it away. Like, your rotations have to be such to punish something like that. You can't just be sitting back playing as passive as possible because you're down by 2 right now headed into the final minute.
Yeah, oh, great opportunity there, and that's Redbird slipping up to give Genesis one more goal, which means they're only 1 down, and, well, game 1, they scored 2 in the final minutes. This is the first goal, and they score the second and keep that trend going.
Finally, their rotations picked up a bit, and they moved closer and closer to that blue net and capitalized on the Avo misread. So a bit of pressure here put on Redbird Esports. They've got some boost to deal with it, but they've got 2 players committing for that ball and a concession of possession. Avo alone, 100 boost in the corner. I think, though, nothing really doing with that touch. Just into the box where Avo was waiting, and now a transition out for Redbird. They'll waste some clock with this one, Zyro.
Now, running the clock is going to be the play of the game. If they can score, they will, but when you score, the clock isn't ticking down. So, Sapetti with a great follow-through challenge there. It has basically no defenders left, but luckily, Genesis get back. They do a demo for demo, and this is just a dangerous ball bouncing towards net. Final 10 seconds, and Sapetti is the one with the challenge up on the wall. Avo tries to put that one towards the net, but it's Genesis winning out. Now it's dying seconds. Flash over to Avo. Avo towards the net. It's going to drop down right in front of the net here. And it is going to be a 0-second goal here by Sapetti for the Redbirds.
I think the Redbirds care about their image because they made that score look a lot more respectable than it actually was. They were under pressure there late, and they won a couple of crucial 50s to kind of alleviate that pressure, but they made the scoreline look more respectable than that being a 1-goal game between a team that has shown us a lot of skill and a Genesis team that is trying to keep up right now with a Redbird team that has a star above their name, has the trophy in their case. They are the winners of this league previously, and Genesis are just trying to keep up.
Yeah, and looking at the rough shot count here is that the Redbirds did actually apply a lot more pressure this game. Where I believe in the previous match they had 9 shots, they had 14 shots in this game, so that additional 5 shots creating so much pressure. Now they didn't translate it into goals this time, but the pressure definitely carried them through the vast majority of this game.
Yep, you're right about that. The pressure just wasted time, and Genesis did a great job in this game compared to the performance in game 1 of striking back quickly. The 5-second goal off kickoff, that was much needed for their good start. And then later on in the game, when they had to answer back being down by 2 goals, they did that in a quick transition. So if they can harness that and limit the amount of opportunities that Redbird have, I mean, a lot easier said than done, then perhaps they get themselves a game in this series, but they have to start on that defensive end. Still, far too much pressure being given to Redbird.
Yep, so we are into game 3 right now with the Redbirds having a 2-0 series lead in this best of 7. So this is going to be the first goal, just like that. 19 seconds in, Evo with a easy knock-in as Sapetti carried it from the corner.
And against the defense of Genesis that's unable to keep up with Redbird's offense. There were 3 orange cars in that corner, and if the ball leaks out, it's easy pickings for Redbird. They know what to do with that ball. They know how to get it out past all the defenders. Genesis still not in the most comfortable of positions on their back end.
Yeah, they're just getting these awkward touches. They're not getting strong first touches either, so it's almost like they have to do one touch to control the ball, the next to pass it, where Redbirds, they just know where the ball wants to go, so they can do it in one touch, which means that they're playing faster across the board, and that's paying dividends in terms of pressure, as well as winning the games.
are doing exactly that, and they keep putting themselves in good positions to do exactly that. They're forcing Genesis defense to kind of put the ball where they can, not where they want to. It's just touches that don't really go anywhere from the Genesis back line. Redbird all over that. I mean, Yuliki wants a second touch. He actually gets it with Flash. And Redbird pushed up a bit too far, so Genesis a chance to transition this ball out, but can they do anything with it? That's the real question. And the answer apparently is yes. Some decent pressure there.
Yeah, that was a great challenge on the wall there leading into that shot. So Genesis, they have these moments of opportunity. They have these brief glimpses, but then Redbirds just instantly turn it around and ooh, post to post, it bounces out, and Flash couldn't find Avo crashed in the net there. So Redbirds, they don't find the second go-ahead goal right now. Oh, that's a bit of a heartbreaker. They want that one back.
Beat there from Speedy. But kind of, I think Speedy was in a dominance in the last couple of games. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so perhaps not feeling the most comfortable. Changing cars, completely changing hitboxes as well. So far, just one goal conceded. I don't know if it's made a complete difference just yet, but we'll see what happens in the second half of this game.
Yeah, second half of the game is coming up here. Waterfall shot down from the net, and ooh, Flash couldn't quite find the touch in, but Zapetti will knock this one home.
That he will. Redbird just keep crashing the net, and the defense of Genesis can do nothing about it. Good demo. I like the idea, but the ball still found its way center to an awaiting Zapetti, as Redbird have no fear throwing all three members of their team into the orange box, because punishments with that kind of aggression have not come from the Genesis side.
Yeah, and this is just Genesis struggling with the hard first touches to get the clears. They're getting these defensive touches, but they seem a little bit weak, and so it allows Redbirds to crash the net repeatedly. And once more, that's exactly what they're doing. So if they can get these hard touches outside to transition, that's a wide open net. And as I say that, oh no, they don't get it! No! Oh.
Yeah, I think you summed that up pretty well there, Cyro. I was thinking all of those things as well, and watching in heartbreak as Genesis tossed away their best chance of making this a one-goal game. I don't think they're going to get something more free than that. So 2 minutes left. Genesis going to have to start from the drawing board, and unfortunately the drawing board lies on their back wall, because that is where they have been pinned all the way back this entire series. Redbird unrelenting in their pursuit of a quick Series 1 on their GG League's Summer Elite League season. 90 seconds left, Genesis. You need one, at least.
Yeah, it's not good getting shut out, but they still have time to work with. 90 seconds, it isn't much, but it's only a 2-goal game right now, so that is manageable. A good passing play here, passes back to Speedy. Speedy trying to follow through on his own ball, couldn't find the second touch. Now Musty with a shot on net, Avo's up for it. And just like that, they're finding opportunities, they're finding pressure. And with Redbirds playing so far up, it means if you get a ball over top of them, you have an empty offensive end to work with. And just like that, there's only one defender back and 3 Genesis players were there. But Flash made the touch needed, had that solid defensive touch that Genesis seems to be lacking.
Flash 50 boost, a teammate center, Avo there, and Avo will score, likely putting this game out of reach. Genesis, they've scored 2 in the final minute previously. I don't know if they can score 3 in the final minute. They've got 7 shots to the 7 of Redbird, but that blue offense, Cyro, is so much more efficient.
Yeah, that was also the perfect shot placement by Avo, because both defenders were passing the other way, and if I believe correctly, you just can't kill your momentum and flip to save that ball, because if you flip in that spot, you're basically just standing still anyways. So Avo with perfect shot placement as well in that bottom corner, and I just have to say that Redbirds, they are looking every bit the champions that they are.
I think I'll agree with you there. That's a pretty fair point you're making right there, Cyro. They look good offensively, defensively. Even when they're not looking good, they're still playing good. Like that kind of touch right there from Zapetti. He keeps it out of the hands immediately, and then his 2 teammates are back. Avo, he's taking shots away from his team. He's own saving, and yet Redbird's still succeeding. They are looking like a team that could repeat. We'll see as the season progresses if anyone can beat them, but right now Genesis is going to have to reverse sweep in a best of 7 to be that team.
Yes, best of 7 aren't, well, they're nice and long series because it gives you room to drop games, but after dropping 3 straight, as you said, there's just no room left to drop another game, and they have to reverse sweep. Now, Redbirds, they shot 8 shots this game, so that's half the offensive power that they were putting out before, but they were just crashing the net consistently, which still applies that same pressure. And they had definitely upped their physicality because there were a lot
Mhm.
more demos in this game 3 than either of the first 2 games in the series so far.
Well, we'll see if Genesis has any answers to Redbird Esports in Game 4. They need some, or else they're going to have a bad start to their season. But like we said earlier, bad start's not necessarily conducive to a bad season. I mean, you're playing Redbird in week 1. You had to expect maybe a loss here, but we'll see what Genesis can show us in the potentially final game of this series. 5 minutes on the clock. Come on, Genesis. I want to see all you've got on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, and speaking of the offensive side of things, they did have 8 shots, which was the most shots they've had so far. But Avo finds the open net there, and I think Flash just robbed them of that goal.
Yeah. I mean, Avo on net. Looks like Flash was trying to block him just for funsies. And Avo in chat, none too pleased about that. 8 seconds in. We've already got a goal. And Genesis, they've hardly even touched the blue side of the field.
And right there, able over to Spetti. Spetti with a dangerous opportunity, but good challenge head to Speedy. And now that ball is getting cleared a little bit ahead of Musty, so he can't quite follow through. But Avo redirecting that one on net. And to go back to an earlier point, every touch out of Redbird seems to go towards the net. It's almost like the ball is on a magnet.
It is. Maybe something in the post they hid there before the series started. Although that ball a little bit too attracted to the post. Spetti's shot, though, was not magnetized whatsoever. Redbird, I think they've got some kind of magnet to the lead in these games because I don't think they have not been in the lead or tied at all throughout these 3 and a 20% games.
Oh no, they were trailing for about 15
Oh,
seconds
really?
in game 2.
Oh, 15 seconds. That's true. That's true.
Because Genesis did get that 5-second
Oh,
goal,
yes.
so they were trailing for about 15 seconds there. But besides that, 99% of the time being in the lead is still a good look for the defending champions right now. And you can tell with the final game of the series, they're playing it a little bit looser. They're having fun. They're not as tight or clean as we see Flash trying to make a flashy play here as he guides that one into the 3rd goal for the Redbirds.
I think Redbird are trying to get this game over with as quickly as possible. They must have dates later on in the evening because they're speed running this sweep right here. Although they're not doing it entirely the best that they could be, having scored 13 goals in 3 games. I mean, with their capabilities on defense, they should just be scoring 1 goal and then camping the goal lines. That's how you speed run a best of 7 right there, though. 2 committing for that, not the best strategy if you want to take this game immediately.
Yes, so it is going to be up to Genesis to, find the tire wrench, the jack stands, the hoist, whatever they can to throw at the net, and that's exactly what they do, finding their first goal in game 4.
Now, where was Cipetti in that play? Trying to rotate back. I see that now, but he was completely out of it. Flash turned his 3rd man and did not win that challenge. So Genesis capitalizing on that mistake from Redbird perhaps spurs something in them. But again, just kind of placing the ball in a direction and then Redbird immediately to it. And now they're setting up more aerial plays. Unbelievable stuff from Redbird.
Yep, now it's a good chance at a dribble there, but not quite getting anything with it. So it's back into that back right corner there. Now Musty trying to make something happen here. But he gets beat by Avo. Now Speedy off on the backboard. Petty's up for the challenge. And so I think right now that we've seen the Redbirds, they are the stronger aerial team. And trying to play the ball in the air is not working for Genesis right now.
Unfortunately, they can't keep the ball out of the air right now. I mean, that goes to the ground, but Avo's right there. He misplays it actually a little bit, though. Flash, up to Musty, okay. Ball popped in the air, though, and pass connecting. Redbird just so cohesive. And then the dunk as well onto Speedy, Flash, and Sapetti. A pre-jumping play. Redbird putting in their 4th goal in some insane fashion. Come on, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, and once more, that is the teamwork shining through for the Redbirds. We've seen it time and time again in this series, where one of them will set up a play, put it over to the other, and they will just knock it home because they are finding those open spaces. Now Spetty's carrying this one through over to Avo. Avo puts that one on net, and that's just going to drop in.
As easy as you like. Redbird playing the game of Rocket League that the rest of us wish we knew how to play. The aerial plays are incredible. Their passing plays connecting, and they're just putting in goal after goal. We still got 2.25 minutes left to play in this game, and Redbird already making us feel like it's completely over.
I'm going to say it does feel over, at least for Genesis right now. The most that they can do, I think, is have a good final couple of minutes, be competitive. I don't think they'll be able to take this series in any form. If they take this game, it will be a miracle. But with a chance like that, Speedy just can't quite find the empty net there with the dunk, and now it gets turned on them very quickly, but it's a little bit wide as Sapetti was trying to fly for that shot.
Well, 100 seconds now off the clock, and no goals have been conceded. A victory for Genesis, but I want to see them with extended pressure in the blue end. Instead, it's still Redbird with the bulk of the possession. Double commit on that clear, and no boost from Miliki, and just kind of puts it towards the net, hoping that maybe something happens to the Redbird defender and he just misses for some reason. That's the kind of play I'm talking about. Creating your own chances, and, well, you need a harder shot than that, but that was a great demo by Speedy.
Yep. That's kind of been the story of the night, that Genesis have only gotten opportunities off of Redbird mistakes. They haven't really generated anything themselves, because once again, all 3 members of Redbirds crash the net. They have an opportunity at the other side of the net, but luckily Redbirds get back to defend it, and so Genesis still stuck at 1 goal despite some promising opportunities here late in the game 4.
Save by Speedy, but still just kind of going through the motions, trying whatever they can to score on Redbird right now, but those boys in blue not making it all too easy. So Redbird likely, they will be starting off with a sweep for their first win of the season. So right back on the path to that grand finals again. So they won it all in the previous season of UG League's Elite Leagues. And, well, Genesis, back to the drawing board. I've said it before. Hopefully they figure out what went wrong here. I think it might have been a largely mechanical gap, as Redbird is just that good, championship caliber, and it is tough to defend against a team like that can put in pre-jump shots and passing plays like they were doing. So if you're Genesis, just kind of, move on to week 2, not thinking too much about this one.
Yeah, but either way, Genesis, they showed up today. They had some opportunities. They did take some goals off of the Redbirds. So Redbirds, they're not entirely strong. They're not infallible. They do have those opportunities that can be exploited. But either way, the Redbird Esports, they gave the newcomers a rude awakening and what it means to be in the Elite Summer League.
Yeah, that they did. That was some kind of awakening into the Elite League. So Redbirds want to know. Of course, it is a long season, all best of 7s. I think 6 weeks. I might be messing that up again. My caster brain is pretty small and the memory not so good. But Cyril, thanks for joining me in the booth for this week. It'll be same time, same place next Tuesday. Hopefully you all hop on the stream again to see which 2 teams will duke it out in this best of 7 format. But I've been Mr. Bepic. Big thanks to Rhino Vada, as always, our producer in the background, for joining us tonight. Thanks all of you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.